Like I could go through and I could give you a bunch of stuff that if you did these things, the market would respond positively to you, right? Because no one else is, you wouldn't have any competition. How many dentists are open at 7 p.m. on a Saturday? You know what I mean? Like how many dentists have same day availability? How many do IV sedation? How many, like I could go through and I could give you a bunch of stuff that if you did these things, the market would respond positively to you, right? Because no one else is, you wouldn't have any competition. So you'd get 100% of that market at that time. But dentistry doesn't think that way. What with your business background, like where's the disconnect there?
I truly believe it's in going back again. I do believe it's in share. It's this when I keep using the word commoditization of information, I truly mean it's they're sharing the same information. We can
Mm,
talk. I saw a doctor just use social awareness, taking care of the community, taking care of the environment, and watch her numbers explode. I've seen. I mean, there's a
yeah.
lot of ways to differentiate. Like you said, sedation. We can use clinical means. We can use bringing authority. There's a lot of different ways to perceive value. Price, just increasing price, it changes perceived value. There's a lot of things you can do to differentiate from a business standpoint. And what I would say is that you just didn't even you just like rattled off 4 or 5 things,
Yeah.
right? Like just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Staying
So
open
when
late
we
on the
look,
weekends or whatever.
well, it's I'll tell you a story. So years ago, a young lady, I get this phone call, and this young lady was sold into a practice that literally, I don't know who the broker was, but it was not good karma. Let's just put it that way. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
so whoever made this deal, just, it was a horrible, I get this phone call of this young lady, and this was years and years ago, but long story short, the lady she's in the red. I said, what would you like to happen? And she said, I just want to be in the black. I just want to keep losing. I mean, she was probably a month away from closing down the doors. It was
Oh
a
wow.
bad situation. So it's interesting. So she was in an older population that she was in. So I looked right at her and I said, I want you to open Sunday. And I said, well, are you willing to open on Sunday? And she said, yes. I said, open on Sunday. Watch what happens. And she was like, I've got nothing to lose. And she had no children at the time. She was like, I'm not doing anything else on Sunday. All of a sudden, overnight, she exploded because Sunday nobody was open. And I said, look,
She was the only
it's a
dentist. She
way.
was probably the only dentist within 5 hours that did even or more.
And so in Sunday, something was happening. And oftentimes, especially with an older population, things happen to dental work. And so anyhow, she was slammed. She was making so much money on Sunday. Well, of course, then we invested the money properly and grew marketing and all the other things because she had no capital at first to do anything with. So we had to do it purely organically. And so overnight, I will tell you that young lady within 24 months was named the businesswoman of the year. So it's interesting, right? Had she have copied everybody else, she wouldn't have a business. But because she was willing to do what others won't do, and isn't that true? What differentiation is being willing to do what others won't do. And if you copy everybody else and you copy what they're doing to try to step outside and have a higher perceived value, it's difficult. It's challenging. So you have to be willing to create a model that's different that other people aren't willing to do. But even things like, the Ritz-Carlton's kind of an interesting one because people don't think they can have quality on scale. And interesting in dentistry, I still don't think that people think they can have high perceived value on scale. But
Hmm.
I will say that, I walked into one day, I was staying at the Ritz-Carlton, Lake Oconee in Georgia, and I walk into this, it was supposed to be, I think like a workout yoga room. And there was this big giant whiteboard. It was like their master game plan of customer service. And of course I took pictures because I'm a business guy, but it was interesting to see like the training that goes into that experience and how much time. And the truth is, you look at great organizations truly are training organizations. The United States
Yeah.
military, whether it's the Ritz-Carlton, even if it's Chick-fil-A. I mean, look at Chick-fil-A took perceived value. They did it in fast food. Nobody thought. But then one of the things that when we start thinking about, I will go back to perceived value again. Let's go look at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A does something that's unique that nobody else is willing to do that actually shows their values, which
Yeah.
is being closed on Sunday.
Yep.
It's interesting about that Sunday thing. It is what drives perceived value. People think higher of them and literally are willing to pay more for fast food
And
because
wait.
they close on Sunday. And wait,
And I'm
look at the
wait.
lines.
Yeah.
They have to put like freeways into the drive-through. So I mean, the chicken's good, but I mean, And by
Yeah.
the way, everybody always wants Chick-fil-A on Sunday, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's what I
but
mean. People are willing to wait past Sunday and come back on Monday, right? Like if
social
anybody else,
responsibility.
yeah, yep,
That's
yeah,
social
exactly.
responsibility. That's
Hmm.
using social responsibility to increase perceived value. That's a differentiation strategy. So if you can do it in fast food, why can't you do it in dentistry?